Please give a warm welcome to our next speaker, who is representing the PCS. That's one of the biggest trade unions in this country. She's the Vice President of PCS, Zita Holborn.
Greetings, everybody. I bring solidarity from the Public and Commercial Services Union and the wider trade union movement. Over the last year, it's been quite depressing, seeing the xenophobia and racist hate on our streets following Brexit, seeing the hatred of Trump played out in his first few days in power. But what's given me hope and what's given me strength is seeing demonstrations like this across the world, here in the UK, here in the USA, and in other countries. And we need to stand up united. Let us not forget, though, whilst we see the racism of Trump played out in the USA is the most powerful country in the world. If we allow Trump's hatred, Trump's bigotry, Trump's racism and xenophobia and Islamophobia and gender discrimination and homophobia to continue to be accepted, then we send a signal to the whole world that they can continue to hate. They can deepen their hatred. There's no place for Trump on our streets here in the UK. It's unacceptable for him to have a state visit. So we need to come out as big as this demonstration is today. If he sets foot on UK land, we need to come up 100 more people. So we all need to go back to our families, to our communities, to our universities, colleges, workplace, trade unions, and call on everybody to stand against hatred. Because if there's anybody out there that thinks this doesn't impact on me, look around at your workmates, look around at your communities and family. I'm sure you will find there are black people, Muslim people, women, gay people, all the people that Trump hates. But we shouldn't forget that whilst that racism is happening in the USA, it's been happening over a number of years. Racism is deepening, Islamophobia is deepening here in the UK. Let's not forget that the Prime Minister of this country, when she was Home Secretary, brought out those go-home vans, introduced the Immigration Act, which seeks to create an apartheid-like state in the UK and divide communities. And just this week, we saw a report come out about the unacceptable substandard conditions that asylum seekers here in the UK are forced to live in. They're being treated like animals, they're human beings. The UK is part of the group of countries that did colonialism, that was part of empire, that enslaved people, that went to other countries and pillaged and stripped their resources and stole their lands. And yet when people are coming to this country because they're having to escape from climate change, from poverty, from persecution, from war, they're told they're not welcome, they can't come in. Well, they shouldn't have gone in to those countries, should they? So we need to stand up to racism when we witness it, any forms of phobia and discrimination. It's not the responsibility of those on the receiving end. Because it's not happening to you, that doesn't give you the privilege to walk away. Everybody needs to check their privilege. Everybody needs to stand up to that and say no and speak out. Because I tell you something, as somebody who has experienced a huge amount of racism, not least because of being an anti-racist campaigner over my lifetime, when you walk past in silence, what it does is it legitimizes that discrimination. It empowers those that are discriminated. And we can't allow that to happen. And I want to end on something that's happening to members in my trade union. Because this is about workers and this is about trade unions as well, and it's about our rights. Our union members in PCS that work for the Equality and Human Rights Commission are being cut and stripped. That is supposed to stand up for equality and defend our country from discrimination and protect our human rights. Yet year upon year, they've slashed the budget by 60%. And our members have been out on strike in recent weeks. The members that are being targeted for their jobs to be cut are disabled, are women, and are black. And we need to stand up to that, because basically what you're seeing Theresa May is sending a message is that human rights and equality don't matter in this country. If you can strip the resources and you can cut those jobs. So I ask all of you, on the 9th, on Thursday, not on the 9th, this Thursday coming, our members in the HRC will be on strike across the country. Please come out on the picket lines. Please send messages of solidarity, because this isn't just about workers, it's about every single one of you here today, your rights being attacked by this government. Solidarity.